So this is just a quick video showing the two different types of oil filter wrenches that I have and just some of my thoughts on using these oil filter wrenches. And these are used when you change your oil filter in your engine. Generally it's kind of stuck on there. You can't really get your hand in there to pull it off, and when installing it you might want to get it nice and snug, and so you might need one of these oil filter wrenches. So we have two different types. The first one here is the regular rubber band type. So essentially what you do here is you wrap the rubber band around the oil filter, you put it in the groove here, you cinch it up nice and tight, and then as the arrow indicates you can turn and you sort of grip that oil filter just by the friction of the rubber band alone. The nice thing about this is the rubber band can adapt to different sizes of oil filters. The one downside to this is you really need to have some space to work with. Getting this rubber band around and snugging it up nice in this groove. The filter itself, the filter wrench itself is kind of oddly shaped. I found most often that I didn't have enough space to get everything installed right and tight to turn it and get that oil filter off. So if your engine bay has a little bit more space, this tool can work fine. It's the cheapest tool out of the two, and the most simple. But I don't really like this one very much, so I rarely, if ever, use the rubber band type here. The second one, which I do use more often, is the channel lock oil filter wrench. So as you can see, this one has some nice teeth for gripping, and it's also adjustable, so just like the rubber band one, it can adjust to different oil filter sizes. Now the only difference between the rubber band here and the channel lock, the main difference here is that this one will damage your oil filter when you use it. These teeth, you need to apply pressure, and these teeth will dig gouges into your oil filter. So it's great for taking oil filters off. It's not so great for putting them on, because you don't want to scuff up and dent and bend your brand new oil filter that you're putting on your engine, which is what happens when you use this one when it has the teeth. So generally I like to use this one when I take off oil filters, and then if I can, I try the rubber band when I'm installing it, because this one doesn't scuff it up, doesn't produce any damage to the new oil filter. So if I can, I try and use the rubber band to get it on. So most times actually you can just hand tighten these when installing, so these don't need to be really torqued down too much. So most often I can actually just get it by hand. But getting them off is sometimes tricky, and that's when you need one of these tools. So this one I really like. Getting it in spaces is really easy. It works really well, but it does damage the oil filter, so keep that in mind, and this one is a little bit more expensive. So those are the two options. You can make up your own mind which one you'd like, but I would recommend the channel lock for removing oil filters, and the rubber band if you would like to spend a little bit less money and have the ability to install as well as remove oil filters. So as always, good luck and have fun.